Okay, here is lesson 1 and 2 review for the quiz. So, given the graph for number 1, select the ordered pairs which are solutions. So if they're solutions, those ordered pairs lie on the lines. So we just check. 5, negative 4. Well, 5, negative 4 is down here, so no, not a solution. Negative 1, 0, right there, not a solution. 5, 2. So 5, 2. Yep, that is a solution. Let's just double check. 0, negative 1. Select all to apply. That looks like it's a solution also. So both C and D. Let's check this. 0, 1. So 0, 1. Looks like it is a solution. 3, 3. 3, 3. Nope, that's not on the line, so not a solution. 3, negative 1. 3, negative 1. Looks like a good solution. It's on the line. Negative 3, 3. Okay, that looks like it's on the line also. So, select all that apply. Just if the point's on the line, it's a solution. Find the slope of the line containing the following points. So, we use slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So, I'm going to say these are my 2's, these are my 1's. So, y2, negative 2 minus 4 over 1 minus a negative 5. That turns into addition on the bottom. We get a negative 6 over 6, which is a negative 1. Over here, my slope, same formula, y2, so y2, negative 3 minus 0 over 9 minus 0. Negative 3/9, which is the same as negative 1/3. So negative 1/3. So that's the slope. So the rates of change for two functions, these are the ones we're comparing the slopes for numbers 5 and 6. So we need to compare. So for number 5, I'm going to compare the slope. I know that the slope of f of x, equals 1/2 the slope. Now I got to find the slope of g of x. So I need to find some pairs here. I'll do this one. So y2 would be, the slope would be 5 minus 6 over 0 minus a negative 2. I change that to positive. I'm writing kind of small here, but what's that going to equal? Negative 1 over 2. So negative 1/2 for g of x. So negative 1/2, negative 1/2. So they are equal. C. Slopes are the same. 6. Let's find the slope. So slope here, y2, negative 1 minus negative 6 over 0 minus a negative 3. We change those minus to plus. I get 5 over 3. So 5/3 and 4/3 for the slope. So which one is bigger? So 5/3 is the bigger number. You put it on your calculator and get the decimal answer and see which one's bigger, but 5/3 is the bigger number. So we are going to say B, g of x. G of x is bigger than f of x. Okay. Which of the following tables? 7. So this is one we got to do a little bit of work. As a constant rate of change. So a constant slope. Select all that apply. So start some work. We get 7 minus 5 over negative 1 minus a negative 2. That turns to positive. We get a 2 over 1, which is just 2. Okay, now we got to figure some other slopes. So I'm going to look down at the bottom here. Maybe find, I'll do this last 2 right here. So this equals 2. I'm going to do this one right here. So 5 minus 7 over 2 minus 1, which is negative 2 over 1, which gives me a negative 2. I got a negative 2 here and a positive 2 here. so it's not a constant slope. I can stop. Let's check this one. So I got 0 minus 12 over 0 minus a negative 2. So negative 12 over a positive 2, which equals negative 6. And if I do this last one, let's check this one out. 75 minus 48 over 5 minus 4. 75 minus 48. Well, we can put on the calculator. 75 minus 48 equals 27 over 1, which is 27. Definitely not the same. Okay. So, over here, we're going to get negative 14 minus a negative 11, all over negative 4 minus a negative 3. I'm going to put the answer right up here. I get negative 14 plus 11, which is negative 3, and negative 4 plus 3, which is negative 1, so I get a positive 3 as the slope. Okay, we got to do the second one, second and third. So I get a negative 17 plus a 14 minus a negative 14. I'm going to skip that step. Over negative 5 plus 4, so minus a negative 4. This is going to equal negative 3 over a negative 1, which just equals 3. Still got 3. We got to do this third set and the fourth set. Negative 20 plus 17 minus negative 17, same thing. Negative 7 plus a 6 minus a negative 6. I get negative 3 over negative 1, which is a positive 3. Same thing on this last set. I'll do it right down here. I get negative 23 plus 20 over negative 7 plus 6, negative 3 over negative 1, which is just a positive 3. So that's all constant slope. Part D, if we start figuring this out, we should get the slopes of negative 3 for every pair. This pair, this pair, this pair, and this pair. I'll let you guys do that, but that's going to work out. So number 8, from 2010 to 2013, the amount spent on creating new apps for Google Play increased at a relatively constant rate. So a slope of 542 million per year. In 2013, this much was spent on Google Play apps. How much was spent in 2010? So in 2010 to 2013, in 2013 there was 7,113 million. I'm looking for how much here. So our shortcut 2013 minus 2010 equals 3. I take the 3 and multiply it by the change every year. So 3 times that is 1626. Then I'm going to take that 1626, 7113, and I'm going to minus it. Or I could just subtract 542 from 2013 and get 2012, subtract it again at 11, and subtract it to get 10. So this way gives us the same answer. And we should get 5487. So 5,487 million was spent in 2010. Okay. In 2004 and 2008, the amount spent on 3D movies increased at a relatively constant rate, so a slope of 654,321 per year. In 2008, this is how much was spent: 5,426,189 was spent. How much was spent here? So we got 4 years. times that rate, 654,321, and that is going to equal 2,617,284. 2 million. So then I take that number in 2008 and I'm going to subtract the 2 million from that, and I get 2,808,905. So money wise, 2,808,905 in 2004. Okay, we just find that's relatively constant rate, so it changes by this per year, so we could subtract it off as many times to get down 2004, or figure out 4 years difference, multiply it by that rate every year, and then subtract that whole thing off. 10 and 11, identify the slope. We're just going to count. We need to find, I'm going to look at that point, and looks like this point. So how do I get from this point to this, left to right? I go 1, 2, 3, 4, down 4, so negative 4, and 1, 2, 3, over 3. So negative 4/3. Over here, looks like it crosses right there, for sure, and right there, left to right. I gotta go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 1, or just 6. So we just count, rise over run. Given a table, how do you write an equation of a line in slope-intercept form? To be sure how to mention how you find a slope as well as how you find a y-intercept using the table. We are going to go over this one tomorrow. This is not going to be on the quiz, number 12. So we're going to skip that for right now. Got a couple more. We got number 13, find, explain, and correct the error in Tom's work. So what is the slope of the line? I'm going to do my work right here. I know I'm going to figure out these two, so I'm going to say y2. My slope is 315 minus 26250, and it's going to be over 90 minus 75. So this, if I put it on my calculator, I get 315 minus 262.5. That's going to equal 52.5. 90 minus 75 is 15, so 52.5 divided by 15 equals 3.5, so it looks like $3.50 per minute. What did they do? They said 367, so this is their y, minus, well, they're minusing an x. So here's the error right here. And on the bottom they said 315, a y value minus an x. No, we had to keep those x's and y's together. So they subtracted y minus x. Correct the problem, or let's see, they should have did y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Correct the problem. Right up there. We already did it. Done. Using points A and B, calculate the slope. Slope. y2. I'll use my b as y2. So negative 3 minus 8 over 4 minus 4. This is going to be negative 11 over 0. Uh-oh. Well, nope, I did it right. I got x values of 4 and 4, so my slope is going to be undefined. Undefined. We can never divide by 0. Get the slope of this. Well, let's try y2. So 2 minus a negative 1 over negative 7 minus 5. This turns to plus. I get 3 over negative 12. So I would say this reduces to, I can put the negative out front, 1/4. So negative 1/4. Our last one, in 1997, Alex purchased a house. So 1997, he purchased a house for $185,000. In 2008, it was worth $260,000. Find the house's average rate of change. So find the slope. So we're going to do our equation. M equals y2, 260 minus 185,000 over 2008 minus 1997. When we do that, we get 75,000 over 11, and we divide it out, and we get 6818. So $6,818 per year. Put the units on there. Alright, good luck on the quiz tomorrow.